Hello! It's me again, and today we have a special guest, Miss Betsy Moss.
It's me again.
Her family came to America many years ago and started the very first Taco Bell, so we're happy to have her on the program today.
You know, Liv Moss.
Yeah, Liv Moss, see Betsy Moss. Betsy went along with us on our trip to Europe, and as you've seen in previous vlogs, she was in many of our pictures, and so we thought, well,
Enter Cameron White.
yes, who better to talk about the trip than Senora Moss over here. So, on our very last day, I saved the best for last. On our very last day, I brought Betsy in to talk about it. So, that morning, we got up early to do the extra magic because, like we said, they do it weird over there. All their extra magic hours are in the morning.
Yep.
And you gotta get up at the butt crack of dawn.
Gotta take advantage of it.
That morning, we went to the Studios Park, and the girls wanted to go do Tower of Terror because they had the Halloween overlay. I wanted to do Crush, so I went and did Crush, while you guys went and waited in
The line for Tower, which was down while we were there. We don't know what ended up happening because he ended up coming back before we even got on.
I had time to ride like 2 rides.
Yeah.
I could have rode 3, but I didn't because I went over
Yeah,
and waited.
they were having some sort of issue, so we only got to do it once. But when we got there, we were like, I mean, there were probably like 50 people in front of us. Like, we were real close to the front to getting on. But yeah, we stood there for a little while until they fixed whatever was happening.
Now, they do the Halloween overlay there, which kind of focuses up for their Tower of Terror, which kind of focuses on the girl from our story here in Orlando. They have a similar story. Now, on that overlay, is it the same story every time, or does she mix up what the...
No, yeah, she mixes up every time you go on. I mean, I'm sure there's like, what is it? It's like 3 or 4 of them that you can get. So that second time that we went, we got something different. It wasn't nearly as scary as the first time that we were on it. Honestly, like, ooh, it was bad. Like, the Parisians just like really like scary stuff. And I think like if I rode that as a kid, like, nope, would not like.
And it's crazy a family park like that would have that. I mean, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
It was super
like,
cool.
If you're into scary things,
Yeah.
definitely do it. My wife is not, so she still is like, I don't like that.
No.
But yeah, so it focuses on the girl, and she kind of glitches around like a ghost on that ride and just says scary phrases to you. Like,
that second time we had like the scene with all of them in it though. Like where you rise and it's like you see the, what is it, the Twilight Zone at the end, like the little mirror, and then it like breaks. Like, they were all there, which didn't happen the first time we rode it. So
yeah. So that's kind of what they took advantage of during the extra magic. I actually had time, but the thing that we really went back that we did not get to do, that we really wanted to do, was the studio backlot tour, because we all missed the one that was at Hollywood Studios. And this backlot tour was similar in ways, but completely different in others. There were similar scenes like the canyon.
Yeah, the whole canyon scene with
the water and the explosions
fire,
and stuff like that.
And all that stuff,
But then a lot of it, so their park is about to go through a big update. So I feel like a lot of their ride was taken out for construction for other things. Like, they've cleared out a lot of trees and stuff like that. Which we actually just read that ride is getting turned into like a Lightning McQueen's, like Route 66. So that could be something worth going to check out. But as for now, it was pretty similar in some ways to ours.
They didn't have, because in ours, didn't it have that one scene with the boat in the beginning?
Yeah.
Isn't that how you started?
Yeah. So they didn't have that.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
You know,
thing.
obviously they don't have like Golden Girls house and Walt Disney's plane and all that. But they, I mean, it was cool. They had some things over there. A lot of stuff from like 101 Dalmatians, the one with the live action one that with Glenn Close that was in like 2000s-ish.
Yeah, they had all the cars.
It was very dated. This ride was very, very dated.
It had all the cars when you first
drive
by.
Yeah.
And RC was there. That was really cute. Yeah,
so they definitely have a few gyms. If you're there, it's definitely worth checking out just because it is some nostalgia.
Just to do it,
But the ride was in English and in Spanish, so that was kind of cool. I mean, you didn't know what they were saying, or yes, I'm sorry, not Spanish. Who am I? But it was in French and in English. Yeah. Obviously, we don't speak French.
I don't know.
But pretty much everything was said in English as well. So I guess you speak English and French. You heard it twice.
Yeah.
So I guess that means you'll remember the ride better. So after the Studio Blacklot tour, it was still really early. So we went back over to Disneyland because we wanted to get a Fast Pass for their Big Thunder Mountain. So we got a Fast Pass for that. And while we were waiting, we went and rode their It's a Small World, which was nice. Definitely better than the one we have in Orlando, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the one in Disneyland. So it's somewhere in between. They had the few different countries than what we have, kind of presented in a different way.
They had America. That was the best part.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool to see how they portrayed America in that ride, which we have a few pictures here.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
So yeah, it was cool. I
like the colors of it.
Yeah, that was something different because ours is so white and just plain here, and theirs was nice and. But yeah, so once we rode that, it was time for us to go over and ride Big Thunder Mountain. On our way over, we stopped by kind of the back section of their Frontierland, which they have all decked out for like Day of the Dead. So
super cool.
They have a lot of Coco stuff.
Yeah, they have the giant Dante as the
Alabrije or wherever.
Yeah. So that was super cool. You got pictures of that?
I do have pictures of that.
I have pictures of that too.
So.
And then they had like the cutouts of the.
Oh yeah, I don't know what those are called.
I don't know what they're called, but like the little hanging things, you know. They got the little cutouts of like the story and stuff. And then in the one section where Dante was, there was different like not canvases, but like different posters of different things from Coco, which was really cool.
What Disneyland Paris I feel like lacks in maybe sometimes rides. They make up for it a lot of ways in their theming.
Yeah, their decor.
Because they really go all in and they pay attention to the little details, which is nice.
So yeah, they had all the little skeleton people all around.
Yes, yeah. Over in Frontierland though, we saw Mariachi, Mickey, and Minnie. They had a crazy long line, so we could only actually just get pictures of them. I got a selfie with them as they were walking by. But I was not going to wait in the line for them because it was
a long line.
Insane. And we had our Fast Pass for Big Thunder Mountain, which, let us tell you, is the best Big Thunder Mountain out of any Disney park.
For sure.
So here in Disneyland, they have Tom Sawyer's Island in the middle of their Rivers of America there. That's where their Big Thunder is. So to get over there, you take a drop under the river to go...
to the island.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you take a
drop to go back over.
It's super cool.
And it's just the theming of how they did the ride while you're over there as well. They have a projection scene.
That little projection overlay honestly is a game changer because even in California, like that's what I remember like so vividly, that little scene.
Disney World's supposed to have an update coming to their Big Thunder, and I don't know if it's a few months or whatever. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get that one as well. But the thing that I thought was cool about their Big Thunder is their Big Thunder and their Phantom Manor, the story's all tied together. So it kind of has like a theme going over there, which is really nice. But definitely ride that Big Thunder. It's probably had the longest wait out of any ride in that park because
it's worth the wait. I
probably
feel like.
The best ride at Disneyland Paris out of both parks.
For sure.
Their Space Mountain is pretty good. It's a close one for me, but but this ride is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
And so after we rode that, we had to go back over to Walt Disney Studios. Because we wanted to go watch one of their stage shows there called Mickey and the Magician. So we left Big Thunder.
Yeah.
And we went through the backside of their main street. They have like a little arcade there set up because it was raining while we were there. We didn't really want to get wet.
Yeah.
And so we went along the back and they just have this beautiful like hallway back behind Main Street.
They had two, right?
Yeah, one on both
each
sides.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of decked out in like a steampunk kind of late 1800s style, and it fits their Main Street so well. It's also very warm in there, so if you want to kind of escape that, we live in Florida, so we're not quite used to, you know, the cold
and the rain.
Yeah, and so
at the same time,
you put those together, and we were just we wanted to get some warmth, and so they have the gas powered lights with the flames, so it makes it a little bit warmer. So definitely check that out because it's something unique that I don't know of any other Disney park that has that.
Yeah.
So we went back over to studios and we watched Mickey and the Magician, and I don't have any pictures from this because I was just in awe of the whole thing. Basically, it's about Mickey who is like...
Who only speaks French.
Yeah.
But everyone else speaks in English, so you kind of pick up what's happening.
But it's like Mickey is a magician's apprentice, and he's learning how to use his magic, and it takes you through movies like The Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Frozen. And the cool thing was, a lot of these, they kind of use like Broadway versions of these. Yeah. So like Aladdin, you had like Genie, and it was like the Broadway version of Genie, and like it was almost like the Lion King version of Lion King with like the puppets and
Broadway
version
of Lion King.
What did I say?
You said the Lion King version of the Lion King. Accurate.
Yes. And so definitely check that out.
Good.
I love it. I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite stage shows out of any Disney park. I couldn't shut up about it.
He couldn't. I was really tired when we watched it, so I feel like I wasn't fully invested in it.
Let's understand. We were very tired. We got up early to ride those rides.
It was exhausting.
And so after we rode, and not to mention, we didn't really eat too much this day because we had reservations for the Ratatouille restaurant.
Yeah.
So we were really hungry as well. So after we did Mickey and the Magician, while we were waiting for our Ratatouille restaurant reservation, we went and rode the ride for Ratatouille, which I'm excited that we're getting that here in Orlando.
That was only single rider, yeah?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that single rider line moved like pretty fast.
So if it works that way here for us,
yeah,
I'm excited. So basically the way it works is you get into a rat and you are shrunk down to the size of Remy and his friends, and you travel through the kitchen. Some of it is like, you see it through a screen, through 3D glasses. Other items are physical and right there in front of you. It's actual tangible things that you can see. It feels cold when you go in the fridge. I feel like there's smells in there. And then it was just an awesome ride.
Yeah, trackless.
Yeah, you can't beat a trackless ride.
It's so nice.
Fantastic. So
I feel like it's similar to like Spider-Man in Universal. We don't have anything like that in
No, honestly, if you're looking for something in Orlando, I feel like it's like the penguin ride at SeaWorld, where you're sitting in there, it's 3 in a row, then you're kind of gliding around. That's pretty much what it's trackless like that. Anyways,
I haven't been to SeaWorld in forever.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
And then as you exit the ride, you see the restaurant.
Yeah. Which
we have pictures of. We went in. You definitely have to make reservations for this in advance because it's a very popular restaurant. It's
we got lucky when it came to reservations because we didn't book it before, but as soon as we got into the park that first day, we went and talked to like their little guest relations stand kind of thing that they had. And we asked what was available, and we literally just took like the last 2 spots that they had available.
Yeah, I'm sure different times of year you're definitely going to have to plan. We went the first weekend of their Halloween, so it was a little busy. But, plan accordingly. Check it out. If you're going to be there during a busy time, definitely go ahead and get your dining reservations in advance. I know you can also get those through the hotel, or they have different guest relations stands set up throughout the park, which they can also make any reservation for you there. But the meal itself was a prefixed meal. You pay one price for a few different kind of menus, and you can get everything from an appetizer to entree and a dessert. And you can also order the wine pairings. Like I did
I didn't. You and Annie.
Yeah, Annie and I did the wine pairings. Betsy just drank our wine pairings because they give you a lot.
Yeah, they were good.
Good pours.
Good pours.
Good, you know, I don't know, 3 ounces at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you get a wine with each course.
With each
so
one, yeah.
it was a lot. You come out of there feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so for the appetizers, you can pick from things like salads and soups, and I think that was what.
Yeah, I got the salad.
And of course, you'll have bread, which the French know how to do bread, so take advantage of that. I got it was like a pumpkin soup, which was delicious. Their menu changes seasonally, so just because we had this. If you decide to go, you probably have something different on your menu because they change their menu seasonally. So I had that, and you had
I had the salad. The salad was delicious. The dressing on it, I don't remember what it was. It was some sort of vinaigrette, but it was so good.
Yeah, and I had the pumpkin soup, which, like I said, was good. And then for the entrees, we both got a steak, which good stuff. Steak with fries.
Oh, the fries were good too.
It's like they are French fries.
Didn't it? It came with that one sauce. Because you got the option of what sauce you wanted with your steak, and I don't remember what did I got like a chef one or
you got like a chef sauce.
Chef sauce.
And I got like a cheese that you could dip it in, which was good, and especially if you get fries, it's good because you can dip it in that, because the French also know how to do cheese very well. Fromage. And then I don't even remember what my wife got. Oh, my wife got some ravioli.
Oh yeah,
like a pasta with like a couple different kinds of cheeses inside of it.
That was good too.
Yeah,
that was really good.
And the theming in the restaurant just goes with it
was so good and
so well.
The dessert. The chef special.
We got, it was called the chef special, which is basically like it's almost, it was like a meringue in like what was it?
Not a meringue. I have a different idea of what meringue is, but it was like a cream puff kind of.
Yeah.
With this like raspberry sauce on the plate.
Yeah. So yeah,
we've got pictures of it.
So you see right here, it's like a cream stuffed inside of a little pastry. With a sauce on top, and it was.
But it was like multiple ones that built like one big one.
And the thing was, we were actually a little disappointed when it first came out because we thought we were ordering something completely different. But I'm glad we got what we got because it was delicious. I still think about it in my sleep from time to time, and I need it. And then they had a dessert wine for that one. I don't remember what the name of it was, but I remember the wine was delicious. And I would go back, if anything, just for the wine pairings. Actually, for dessert, Annie got cheese.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, and it was good. It was just when in France, I suppose.
Yeah.
And so one thing that they're always going to ask you whenever you go to France is when you're done with your meal if you want coffee or not. We rarely would take advantage of that, but apparently that's a standard thing that is also included in your meal as well. So if you would like coffee, that option is also there. After we got done with the Ratatouille restaurant, we said goodbye to Disneyland Paris for the trip because that park closes at like 6 p.m. like crazy early.
So early.
Yeah, so that's that. And we went back over to ride a few more rides at Disneyland, and so the girls could get some cute pics in their Disneyland Spirit jerseys. So Caminoise. Yeah, so they took those fun pics, and aren't they beautiful?
Super great.
Yeah. And so we rode Space Mountain again after that, which Betsy loved that Space Mountain.
I love that Space Mountain. Oh my lord. So the first day that we rode it, I went on and so like when it comes to roller coasters and stuff, nothing really bothers me. I don't know if it's just that like I'm getting old or something, but like we rode that and I came off and I felt sick. Like it was it's really good. It's really good. But I think it was a combination of like like the barrel turn with the screen, and like my eyes like trying to adjust to the screen because there were a lot of
you're going between like dark, and then you'll see a screen, and there's a lot of like lasers and strobe lights and stuff like that. So if those things bother you, if you're prone to motion sickness, it's basically like you mixed a motion simulator ride with a roller coaster in a sense.
I think the speed of it too. Like
it goes a lot faster. It goes a lot faster.
I mean, the harness itself is literally like this one massive one that comes over you, but then you have a second one that like really holds you in.
It would honestly be like if Disneyland's Space Mountain and our Tower of Terror had a baby. This would, or not Tower of Terror, and our Rock and Roller Coaster had a baby. That's what it would be, because it shoots you out.
Yeah.
And it's two-seater in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the speed of Rocket.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then we got off, and there was like no line for it, so
let's do it again.
Josh said, let's do it again. And I was like, no, that was when I was like, oh, let's just take a break in between. Like, let's go meet Darth Vader, because like I haven't seen him in forever.
He's right there, yeah.
He was right there. So we walked around. It was already closed for the day because everything over there just, I feel like, closes super early. And then we were like, oh, guess we can't move. Gotta go again on stage 9.
So we just hopped in line.
But like walked all the way to the ride, because the walk itself is like a pretty long walk.
Yeah, but this time of day, it had just rained, so the park pretty well cleared out.
Yeah.
And it was also a Sunday night, so everybody was kind of going home, I think, for the weekend. And so we didn't have any waits here. And
walked right on, did it again.
We got off.
I was like, that's it for me. Can't do that anymore.
We got off, and there was the Buzz Lightyear ride, and there wasn't really a wait for that either. So
we got fast passes for
that. And we did, yeah.
So
we hopped on there, and their Buzz Lightyear's a little different. You can actually pull the gun out of the holster, and the way their targets work it's a little bit harder to be a galactic hero over there.
Yeah.
But we got stuck on Buzz Lightyear, and it wasn't just like a few minutes. Like it was like 10, 15 minutes. We were stuck on the Buzz Lightyear ride.
I thought for sure we were gonna get evac'd off of it.
Yeah.
The lights were on forever too.
Yeah, you don't know what they're saying because they're just talking in French, like.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that sounds comforting. Yeah. So.
I got a video of us being stuck on.
Hey, me too. I feel like that's what everybody's gonna be watching right now. Yeah, and so once that was done, it started to rain again, and we didn't really feel like watching their nighttime show again. We weren't going to get pushed around and stuck in a crowded place again. So we just went and got us another croissant. And we went back to bed, went back to the hotel and went to bed, because in the next vlog, you'll hear about our adventure day in Paris. Overall thoughts on Disneyland Paris, though, fantastic. If you're over in Europe, I mean, we gave it 3.5 days. You really only need probably 2 if you're in slower season.
2 if it's slow season.
Yeah, 3 at most. Don't give yourself any more than that, because we did everything we wanted to do there and more.
I just feel like something always goes wrong whenever I go to some sort of Disney park. So like that day that we had the outage of the compressed air. And the same thing happened when I went to Disneyland the first time. Like every time I went to a ride, like it was down, and like we were all over the park. So I always like to give myself like extra days just in case things like that happen.
So the second time Betsy goes, there'll be no wait for anything.
Yeah, it'll be great.
The second time we went to Disneyland, it was great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I just go everywhere twice.
Yeah. Definitely go back to Disneyland Paris, though, in probably 4 or 5 years, because like we said, they're doing a lot of construction over there on Walt Disney Studios Park. Yeah. They're going to have an Arendelle, a Marvel campus.
Excited. The hotel will be open again.
Yeah, the hotel opens soon, the New York one. So definitely check that out. Because it really is a fun spot to go over there, and you're in Paris.
It's beautiful. So it really is beautiful.
Yeah, you can't beat that castle.
Beautiful.
So anything else you want to say about our last day there?
No.
All right. well then, if you went and you think that there's something that we are just missing in these vlogs that everybody needs to do, please go ahead and mention it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to date Betsy, go ahead and press that like button. We're going to get her a man. I can't. Also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. It keeps you in the loop of all the future vlogs. We've got a few more vlogs going for this trip. A few helpful trips, and then our trip to Paris, and then a little bit about Germany. So we've got a few more vlogs left, and then we'll be getting into Christmas here at Walt Disney World. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. So thank you, Betsy, for doing a vlog with me today.
You're welcome.
I hope this video has helped you if you are planning a trip to Disneyland Paris.
I also hope that it helped you.
Yes. So I got nothing else. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.